A new bill just passed the House that could completely change your Social Security benefits. But there's a major problem that nobody's talking about. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the exact details of this newly passed Social Security bill, explain why Trump's campaign promise about eliminating Social Security taxes appears to be broken, reveal the temporary nature of these tax changes and what that means for your future, and give you specific action steps you can take right now to make your voice heard. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how this bill affects your benefits and the one crucial step you need to take before it reaches the Senate vote. Welcome back to Financial Area, where we break down the financial news that actually matters to your wallet. If this kind of critical financial analysis helps you stay informed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that cuts through the political noise to give you the facts. Let's start with what actually happened. This bill has officially cleared the House of Representatives and is now heading to the Senate for their vote. What makes this particularly significant is that the president has already indicated his support for the legislation, which means if it passes the Senate, it's almost certainly going to become law. The timeline is crucial here because Senate leadership is expected to bring this to a vote within the next few weeks, making this a critical moment for anyone who cares about Social Security reform. So, what's actually in this bill? The first major provision eliminates taxes on overtime pay, but here's the catch. It only applies from 2026 to 2028. That's right, just 2 years. If you're working overtime and expecting permanent tax relief, you're going to be disappointed when 2029 rolls around and those taxes come right back. The bill also includes tax deductions for purchasing US-made cars, but again, this isn't a permanent change to the tax code. Perhaps the most talked about provision is the increase in the child tax credit to $2,500, which sounds great until you realize it only lasts until 2028 and comes with a major restriction. To qualify for this increased credit, recipients must have Social Security numbers. This effectively excludes many families who are hoping to benefit from this provision, creating a two-tiered system that leaves some Americans behind. But here's where things get really problematic. And this is what nobody in the mainstream media wants to address directly. During the campaign, there was a very specific promise made to eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits entirely. Not reduce them, not provide deductions, but eliminate them completely. This was presented as a major benefit for retirees and those planning for retirement, giving millions of Americans hope that they could keep more of their hard-earned Social Security payments. What this bill actually delivers is something completely different. Instead of eliminating Social Security taxes, it provides limited tax deductions that don't come close to the sweeping reform that was promised. We're talking about the difference between paying zero taxes on your Social Security benefits versus getting a small deduction that might save you a few $100s a year. For someone receiving the average Social Security benefit of about $1,800 a month, the difference between these two approaches could mean thousands of dollars annually. The impact on Social Security recipients is significant and, frankly, disappointing. Under the current bill, retirees will continue paying substantial taxes on their benefits, just with slightly reduced rates through deductions. This means if you're planning your retirement budget based on the promise of tax-free Social Security, you need to completely recalculate your expected income. The families who will benefit most from this bill are those with higher incomes who can take advantage of the overtime tax elimination and car purchase deductions, while the core promise to Social Security recipients remains unfulfilled. What makes this even more frustrating is the temporary nature of these provisions. Even the limited benefits in this bill will disappear in just a few years, leaving taxpayers right back where they started, or potentially worse off if other tax provisions expire simultaneously. This isn't comprehensive tax reform. It's a political band-aid that creates uncertainty for anyone trying to make long-term financial plans. Now, here's what you need to understand about timing and why your voice matters right now. The Senate hasn't voted yet, and there's still a window of opportunity to influence this legislation. Senators are particularly responsive to constituent pressure during high-profile votes like this one, especially when they're hearing from voters back home about specific concerns with the legislation. History shows us that bills can and do change between the House and Senate, sometimes dramatically. We've seen amendments added, provisions removed, and entire sections rewritten based on public pressure and Senate negotiations. The key is making sure your senators understand that their constituents are paying attention and expect better than what's currently on the table. If you want to make your voice heard, you need to contact both of your state senators immediately. The most effective method is calling their Washington, D.C. offices directly during business hours. When you call, be specific about your concerns. Tell them you're disappointed that the bill doesn't fulfill the promise to eliminate Social Security taxes entirely. Explain how the temporary nature of these provisions creates uncertainty for your financial planning. Ask them to push for amendments that would make these tax changes permanent and include the full elimination of Social Security taxes as originally promised. Here's a sample of what you could say. I'm calling to express my disappointment with the current Social Security tax bill. As your constituent, I was expecting the elimination of taxes on Social Security benefits as promised, not just limited deductions. The temporary nature of these provisions creates uncertainty for retirees like me who are trying to plan our financial future. I urge you to vote for amendments that make these changes permanent and include full tax elimination for Social Security recipients. Don't just make one call and forget about it. Follow up with emails to their offices, and if possible, attend any town halls or public events where you can raise these concerns directly. The more ways you can get your message across, the more likely it is to have an impact. As this bill moves through the Senate, there are several key things you should be watching for. First, pay attention to any proposed amendments that could strengthen the legislation. Some senators may try to add provisions for permanent tax elimination or extend the timeline for the temporary measures. Second, monitor which senators are expressing concerns about the bill's current form. These are the lawmakers most likely to push for meaningful changes. There are also alternative legislative paths that could emerge. Some senators might introduce competing bills that better address the original promises made to Social Security recipients. Others might push for this bill to be part of a larger tax reform package that includes more comprehensive changes. The political landscape around Social Security is always shifting, and there could be opportunities for better legislation if enough pressure is applied. The bottom line is this: the current bill falls short of what was promised, and the temporary nature of its provisions makes it inadequate for the long-term financial security that Americans deserve. But this isn't over yet. The Senate vote represents a critical opportunity to demand better, and your voice as a constituent can make a real difference in the outcome. Don't let this moment pass without taking action. Contact your senators today. Share this information with friends and family who might be affected, and stay engaged as this legislation moves forward. Your Social Security benefits and your financial future are too important to leave to chance. If this breakdown helped you understand what's really happening with this bill, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Financial Area for more analysis that cuts through the political spin to give you the facts you need to protect your financial interests. What are your thoughts on this bill? Are you planning to contact your senators? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.